Hello, I'm Mark Calloway and welcome to the fourth video in our Revit Tutorials for Beginners series. In this episode we're going to have a look at creating floors, and we pretty much pick up off from the previous video where we drew these four walls. Again, on the Architecture tab in our build group we can find the floor tool. Again, we can expand that, but we'll ignore that for this particular episode and we'll click directly on the icon for the floor tool here. Again, just like with walls, Revit will automatically take you to the modify tool where we have a number of options available. First of all, you'll recognize our draw tools here from the previous video series. However, what we also get is this mode option here. We've got a green finish tick button and a red X button. So Revit's taken us into what's called sketch mode. Okay, and the only way we can come out of this is either clicking on the X or the green tick. If you press the escape button, all it's going to do is take you out of the tool that you're in whilst you're inside this mode, but not out of the mode itself. So you do have to click these buttons to come out of it. Being in sketch mode, there's a few rules that we have to abide by. We'll see these in a second. First of all, the line work that we draw for the boundary edge of the floor slab has to be one continuous piece of line. You can't have any gaps in it, you can't have any bits sticking out, and you can't have any duplicates or overlaps. We can see that we're already on the boundary line draw mode. We won't go into creating slopes or span directions on this one, but with boundary lines already selected, again we could use the line tool, but a nice tool within Revit is this pick walls. The edge of our floor slab is going to join up with the walls, so we can simply click on the walls to draw our boundary line. All I'm going to do is left click on each of the four walls, and you can see that Revit's going to draw the line work in there, and it's also going to trim the corners of those to make sure that there's no gaps there. Again, we can change the settings in the properties window before or after we create the floor. If we want to choose a different type, for example, maybe we'll go for a nice timber floor, we can change that at this point, but you can also change it afterwards simply by selecting it. If I click the green finish tick button, Revit's going to generate that floor slab for us. If we ever want to modify the floor at any point, with the floor selected, you can click the edit boundary button and it takes you back into sketch mode. You can then modify that. For example, you could create an opening for a stairwell or elevator shaft, or maybe you want to bring that boundary back and change the floor type somewhere. Again, clicking the green finish tick button will confirm any changes that you make and take you back into the project. And that pretty much covers the basics for floors. There's not too much there on the simple side of things. Again, in the advanced series, we'll go into floors in a lot more detail. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out the 5th video in our series where we'll take a look at creating ceilings.